Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. A man is his ideas and actions. This podcast is sponsored by X-Wolf Testosterone Builder. Gentlemen, are you struggling in the body, sex, or mental game? Need to keep pace with multiple women? There is an answer for you. X-Labs presents a proven line of products to help in those areas. The X-Wolf Testosterone Booster aids in intense workouts in the gym and in the bedroom. Increased blood flow and a heightened libido are just a few of the many benefits. X-Wolf contains all natural ingredients that have been used in Eastern medicine for centuries. All products come with a 30-day free trial and free standard shipping. Use code ROM10 for an additional 10% off of your order at checkout. The code will be valid through October 11th. Click the link below in the description box to find out more. Quantities are limited. Make a select choice, unleash your inner wolf, and lead the pack today. Now, y'all, a man has his ideas in action. Now, I'm famous or well known for really promoting the body game. But one thing with the body game, I've also said that's just the foundation. The body, is not just an aesthetic thing, but it's the vehicle through which you can take action. And of course, that's going to bring it back around to what I'm saying. A man is his ideas in action. Because if a man is just his body, that's just the vehicle. That's the horse that you're riding. That's the vehicle. But what's your ideology? What are your ideas? What are you thinking about? What are your beliefs? What are your spiritual beliefs? What are your political beliefs? Because they're going to inform what you're going to do. I remember this brother, he wanted to do a comic book with a Muslim superhero. And his premise was you can't separate a man's religion from who he is. And I would expand that to his code, because if you really look at religion, what is religion? Religion is a code of behavior. I use the Muslim example. Their code is praying a certain amount of times during the day, withholding, not eating certain foods. That's a code, certain behaviors. That's what really makes the man, the body, the vehicle. Yeah, you want to have a great vehicle, but what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's your ideology? What is your code for living? What are things that you won't do? What are things you'll do? What are things that you won't do? What do you stand on? What kind of principles do you have? And then through those ideas, you can take action. Are you that type who believes in charity, because of your ideology, you believe in helping someone? Or do you believe in entrepreneurship like me? That's part of my principles, is to exert as much control over my life as possible. And someone else might not be their thing. Their thing might be service. So what action they're going to take if they believe that their purpose is to serve others? And that can come in a variety of ways. That could say, hey, I'm going to be a police officer. Hey, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be an attorney. Or it's a service for a garbage man. Anybody who gets into that field because you're taking away trash, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a high service in my opinion, because everybody don't want to do it, but it still has to be done. So what are you taking? What kind of action you taking towards it? What kind of action you taking towards your purpose? When I meet people, I'm always like, so what are you going to do with your life? Seriously, that's a regular conversation. It's amazing how many people don't know. But then that means you kind of drifting along. Now, if you've ever seen men like that, they don't stand for anything. They just flow. They just go with whatever trend is going. And, I really can't stand when people say something and they just parroting what someone else said. Especially a man. I expect it from a woman, but a man to just say something else, like, have you thought about what you just said? Have you thought about it? And sometimes I'll say that to the person. Now, if I think they crazy, I don't think I'm going to encounter them. I'm just like, Nah, I just shake my head and nod and keep walking. But then, I ain't going to be blunt about it, but I'll say, oh, what makes you feel that way? And people like explaining it. And, and that's what a lot of men do. They following someone else. So what are your ideas? What are your thoughts? Can you articulate why you believe this, and a third? What do you stand on? And then if that's what you stand on, what actions do you take? Because, as much as I talk about the body game and developing your body and, getting some supplements to help take your body to another level, you still have to mentally, direct that body. And see, the beauty of ideas and actions, a man has total control over that. You don't have control over your genetics. You can maximize your genetics. If you're a certain height, you can maximize it. Or if you not as tall, you can maximize it. If you can always hit the gym and everything. But that stems from your ideology. You have to make the choice to do it. It has to be somewhere in your ideology to eat a certain way. And the beauty of it is, ultimately, even though too many men decide they want to follow somebody else without uncritically, they still, as a man, you can decide what your path is, what your ideas are. And I would recommend to any man really sit down and think about what are his ideas? What is his code? And then take action on it. Now, I want to get into that action piece. Now, as I said at the beginning, and I always say, the body is really the vehicle through which a man can take action. I said that in my book, Meeting Attractive Women. I said, man got to be, it's one thing. If a man got to fight, he got to have the ability to take that action of throwing a punch or taking a punch. If he wants to have sex, he still has to take that action of it. But whatever he does is still his choice. And he's deciding how and where he's going to take action. Because I mentioned the genetics, but, man, that's hard to control. You got to just play the hand that you dealt. But you can deal your own hand as far as ideology and as far as the actions you take. You can decide. Like, I always talk about the body game. You can decide, hey, I'm going to get in the gym. I'm going to pump up. Or you could decide, you know what? I'm whack with that. I don't want to do that. But, hey, that's your ideology. That's your idea. If you don't want to do it, ultimately, that's what it is. It's like you do it. You decide. Every man should find his own path. He should develop his own ideas. Now, there's nothing wrong with listening to different teachers. There's nothing wrong with exploring different ideas. But at the end of the day, you have to decide which ones you're going to act on and which ones you're not. And then which action is that? That's what it means to be a man. The realm of the man is the realm of order. It is the realm of the mind, ultimately. It's it even decide how you're going to express it. It could be deeper than just saying like particular isms. And when I mean isms, not that like pimpisms or playerisms, but socialism, communism, democratic, anarchism. No, this is deeper than that. This comes down to how you choose to think. You make a choice. You ultimately make a choice. Are you going to be, going to approach something logically, or are you going to put more heart into it, more emotion? But it's still your choice. So you decide. And every man, when I see a man like falling down and everything and not doing anything, I'll just look at him and I'll tell him. It's like, well, you got to decide whether you want to rise or not. Because that's ultimately what make you a man. Your genetics, hey, you might have been blessed with something, but what you do with it is up to your ideas and then the action you take. So that's all I got for now. Y'all have a great day. Peace and many blessings.